Hiya, welcome back. If you remember rightly on the last video, we took out the old sill panel and I've offered up the new one. Fits really nice, just straight across that top edge. Not too much trouble. Here comes the dog. Hello Tom. Yeah, hello Tom. See you later. This bit here I've already done. This is the main chassis leg. I've already welded this up across this piece and down there somewhere. Just an etch primer at the moment. It is primered on the other side, and the other side of the leg is also done. All that remains to do is put the floor section in right at the bottom, that bit there and along. Been working on this bit. I'm gonna do like a butt weld, just about ready to do it, down across there, and that goes down, fits really nicely into this little flange they built on this outer sill panel on the floor. So that's coming out really well. You get a rough idea now. It's starting to go back, looking quite nice. I've also made another piece for here, which is just, they call it just a stiffener. I've made it somewhere. Hopefully by the end of play today I'd have got these two bits welded in, and then you can see it all taking shape. So I'm going to crack on now. I don't need to show you my dodgy welding, but there we are. So far it's looking pretty good now that we're starting to put some stuff back together. I'll speak to you a bit later. And I've got this inner sill panel now welded up in place, and I've started to do that. That's what they call the stiffener. Start to offer that into place. I've just got to do a little trim across the bottom there where it attaches to the outer sill, and then I'll work on the jack points, which is in the middle there. I'll show you that when I've done it. And then once these little bits and bobs are in position, we can offer up the outer sill, see how that sits. Okay, starting to get there. Starting to get there. Hello, welcome back. The plan today is to get this little piece welded up, and that would be the continuation of the top of the inner sill panel, and it just goes along. This piece was missing before, completely rotted out, so I just made up a bit, just gonna weld it, and also gonna hopefully gonna tidy this little bit up here, just because I've got access to it. And then the plan is by the end of the day to fit this bit somewhere. There we go, stiffener plate that's been made. That's just come down to there. To get that welded in today would be good. So those little few jobs. Already we've done the chassis leg on the inside. We did this bit the other day. That's all in place. That's the inner, the inner part of the inner sill. That's welded in now. That's coming along the bottom there. I've just got to sort that hole out. It should be a hole there anyway, but I'm just going to decide what I'm going to do with that. So yeah, that's the plan today. And then the outside sill panel will just go along at some point. I'll leave that off as long as possible so that I can get to the inside sill panel and do the repair on that shortly. So there we are. Right, I'm going to crack on and I'll... Hello, welcome back. I did manage to get these couple of bits welded up. That little piece there that I showed you. And I've got this stiffener welded, come across the bottom, joins that piece that the little tab piece that I put in. So I'm just going to go and offer up the sill panel again just to see what it sits like across the bottom. So whilst I'm doing that, I'll let you have a little 2-minute video of my Range Rover that I've recently finished, and I'll see you in a bit. Here's a little shot of my Range Rover. Completed this recently. It's done about 250 odd miles since it was recommissioned, and love it to bits. Excuse the crows. We have crows opposite the church. There you go. V8 Vogue SE. That had quite a lot of work on that one. Chassis was good, however. Bodywork was pretty atrocious. It's on the road now. Looking good. And hopefully the Rover P6 will be its stable mate. There you go. Drives lovely, I have to say. Love taking it out. Hi, welcome back. If my calculations are right, that's where the jacking point goes for the rear, and I'm just about to finish welding it up and then whack the sill panel on for the umpteenth time. See you in a bit. Well, that's the sill panel in position. As I said earlier, I'm not going to weld it in just yet because I need to get into that inner sill. It's going to make it a lot easier. But the jack point fits really well, sits right along the top of that sill all the way, nice and straight, and even this bit's looking pretty good. Nicely buttered up to the end, which is where it was, right across that line where it was. Got work on the jacking point, but now I've got the inside, which I've not actually shown you yet. A couple of Cleco pins just to hold it in the same place for me. It's looking really sweet. Right, inside. Not too good at the moment. Don't know what you can see. A gaping hole really. But I need to get this piece in. I'm going to offer that up in a minute. I'd already done this bit a lot earlier. I'm just going to offer it in. That's where it goes. But it's already looking lovely. Look at that. Sits right on that sill panel we just offered up. So that's going to take care of the floor, and we've just got to fill this hole in, which will be just a right angle bit of metal I had spare from the Range Rover sill panel, and it's going to do. There's nothing special about it. It's just a right angle piece, so I'm going to offer in a minute and see how that sits, but I'm really pleased with this bit so far. So that will be the floor basically welded up in a minute. Well, not in a minute, but yeah, it's looking good. I'm really pleased with that. I've got the inner sill in position. It's off the old Range Rover, like I said earlier. It's only a scrap piece of metal that I had, but it's ideal for this job. I've got it in. This bit here is where we cut it, so we're just going to butt weld across here and up here, and then start to come along, and then I'm just going to tack weld it in position as I go along. A couple of little tacks all the way along, and then the plan is to be able to cut it with a grinding disc at an angle about 45 degrees as I go along, but just doing little sections at a time, stopping, and then because it's been cut at an angle like that, the two pieces sit like that, and then they'll just lay flat against one another, and they'll be able to get a weld in. That's the plan. Now when we get to these divots here, we will know that these are on Rovers. Not too worried about them at the moment. I'm just going to put some little cuts down here, and then just hammer and dolly these to fit that bit. So just tap them in. But as we cut it off, it should, on the other side, should drop down on the other side, the bit that's been cut, and then I can retrieve it. Yeah, again there, another little cut. Because this piece isn't actually straight, it's got a couple of dimples there. Comes along, it goes out, there's a seat belt bracket goes here, and it comes out along and back again. So this panel is not actually straight, it's all like that. So hopefully we can get it welded up. Just trying to pluck up the courage to do it. I think everything's in situ, other than cutting these, which I'll do in a minute. I'll just show you this front bit again, where this goes down there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little bit of a gap just about there. This is where the jacking point's going to go anyway, so I'm going to have a stifter plate. Probably both sides. I'm going to have a little one there and one on the other side. So I'm not too fussed about that gap. It's where I went up wandering with the cutter earlier on. Went a little bit too high, but that's not a problem. This is the bit of inner sill panel that's just come through there. So we get a nice butt weld now right across the top there, and it's just finishing nicely down the edge. We can get a nice weld down there. So that's going to tidy all this piece up, because that was rotten. They'd patched it a few times there. In the past I've just chopped it all out, a couple of layers thick as per usual. And this piece here is sitting nicely on the on this edge of the outer sill. And it's all like a nice little box section. It's all looking really good. So I think I'm just gonna pluck up the codes, put some tack welds in, and go for it, and I'll see you a little bit later.